What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not another
Another
damn
damn
podcast.
podcast.
Presented by
Our damn
our
city.
damn selves. Episode 368, kid.
368.
Yeah,
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
368. Let's do it. Hey, we officially in the month of July when this releases. Yeah. So we call this is what for those of you who don't know, it's the start of the new fiscal year.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fiscal year.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Like July is when all of that kicks off. So your new fiscal year start. And this is a time when you really reflect to like goals you set for yourself for
Have
20.
I accomplished any of my damn goals?
At the halfway point of the year is like okay, like all the stuff I said I was gonna accomplish, like have I done any of that here? Not
Really?
saying all because you still got a whole half a year left, but did
I'm
you
gonna
get
save
anything
this.
done though? Did you?
I'm gonna save money. I'm gonna diet. I'm gonna travel more.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do this. Like, it's always goes like that.
yeah.
But you still got time. Like we said, we're going to be positive. You still have time. So just got to light the fire up under you and, get it going because, oh boy.
What's good, kid?
Well, I turned another year older last week.
Oh,
Yay.
go, 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 Ema. It's your birthday.
And the week
Well,
before that, Marcus turned another year. So our birthdays are 6 days apart. So we celebrate our birthdays this weekend. So we have dinner out. So
okay, nice.
yeah, nice adult, time away from the kids. And then we went to like a rooftop bar afterwards and just hung out for a little minute.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, we're kid free, so like we don't have to rush home. Like let's, kind of enjoy.
Chicago does have the nice rooftops, yes.
Yeah, like let's enjoy not having the kids and just being us because so much of your life when you're a parent is just you're so and so's parent. Like even like at the school when I go and they see me there, it's not even my last name. It's just, oh, you're Ariana and Khalil's mom.
Mom.
Is that like I have a name, but okay. But I answer to it though. I'm like, yeah, I'm their mom. So
Well, my weekend wasn't as exciting as yours, but it was pretty eventful. I had a little health scare the other night, but I feel fine now.
mhm.
So that's what my weekend was. You gotta take care of your health. I'm at the like you gotta stay on top of that. I'm at that age where
You
like you
have to.
can't just it's no days off as far as like your health concern. You
Right. You
gotta stay
gotta
on
be on
top of
top of
that.
it.
Yeah. Like one
Mhm.
wrong turn could like fuck you up for good. It's like so yeah.
Mhm. And manage up your stress levels, like just period as adults. Like I feel like,
I
you
definitely
know,
I definitely get stressed off, I would
I
say.
feel like too much of like in our parents' generation, this is not come at the boomers, but too much the hat was hung on the, you know, I I went to work at this time, then I got off, then I went to this job, then I came home, then I cleaned my house, then I did it's like you're doing too much. Like that's not a badge of honor to wear that like I'm running on 3 hours of sleep. It's like, no, you're eventually going to wear yourself down. I mean, I get it if you're doing it for like a specific goal for like a short window, but like trying to do that long term, it's like you just can't do that long term. You got to slow down, take your days when you need to. That
I
PTO
wonder
is there.
how because what's name a boomer he talks about that all the time like Steve Harvey. I wonder how his health is because Steve Harvey is a working fool like that.
Yeah, he is. Like his workday starts at like 4 a.m. or something.
He's on the radio every morning. Yeah, so he does a morning radio. He got
Like before, like he'll
family
like work out day before.
presentations. Yeah,
I think he works out even before he like does his radio show or
yeah,
something. Like he's
probably you get his morning workout in. It's like, yeah.
mhm.
But yeah, Steve Harvey, and he's always been like that. Going back to the '90s, he always had multiple jobs. Like back when it was Showtime at the Apollo, he was also doing
Club Throwdown.
Club Throwdown, the GCI here in Chicago, and then also he was doing the Steve Harvey show, like the on the WB. He is.
On
But he
WB.
started doing the radio shows in between his two sitcoms, like Me and the
Mhm.
Boys had just been canceled, and then like the Steve Harvey show hadn't started yet.
I
So
hadn't started yet. Yeah.
UCI got him during that short
Yeah, in that
window.
small window.
That
Yeah.
doesn't happen. If Me and the Boys don't get canceled, he probably doesn't do the radio show. So like that's what started his launched his radio career. Like so he could kind of thank Me and the Boys is why he does still doing radio to this day.
Mhm.
Because that short window when Elroy Smith like
And then I don't think it was, and then when I look back at the show, I don't think that it was a bad show. It just did, they just couldn't find the audience. Because sometimes that happens with shows, like they don't know how to find their audience for it. And like the worst thing that you could do, like we always say, the kiss of death for sitcoms. If you put a sitcom on Saturday night,
yeah, the Saturday night they
that
call
was
it
the kiss of death. That was the kiss of death.
that's but from our era in particular. Because before that Saturday night was like a hot night for TV. But
Yeah,
by the
Golden
time
Girls.
and
Mhm.
like All in the Family, like the hottest shows back in the 70s and 80s came on Saturday.
Mhm.
By like the 90s, 2000s, not so much. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
like you put a show there, you trying to get rid of it, but yeah.
It's like, yeah, no one's gonna watch it this time. Like when they put Married with Children like on it on Fox, like at
Yeah, they
whatever
definitely
on
had to get rid
Saturday.
of the show by then. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's about to go off. Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder how Steve's health is because he's
Yeah.
definitely working
You
in there.
gotta know when to take things off your plate and when to take your time off. Like I said, we're about to go into 4th of July.
Mhm.
This week is coming up, so people are
Got me
looking
a
at the
couple days.
time,
I'm doing yeah, some
as am I, because I'm feeling it. I'm like, I can't do the work straight through because sometimes like I can't put my head down and I'm just going to hit the ground running. But when you start like, okay, I can't even focus. Like when you try to focus and you're kind of like this at work, your eyes are crossing. Like a task that should take you 5 minutes to do, it takes you 20 minutes to do. That's how you know, okay,
right.
this normally takes me 5 minutes. Now it's taking me 20. This is a problem. So I need to
Not
pull
cool.
out and
Not cool.
reset myself, basically. So yeah. But take care of your health. I think that June also wasn't that men's mental health
It's mental health
awareness.
month. Doing this like
June was
everything.
mental health awareness month. So
Like
take care. I mean, like I said, we can focus on the fellas. A story, this is a perfect segue for this, a story that actually came out recently at the ABFF, I want to say it was. Corey Hardrick, ex-husband of Tia Mowry, he shared
and an actor, yeah, in his own right. Yeah.
Yeah, he shared on a panel, I want to say it was the ABFF, where he was very transparent about his mental health. Like he was like after divorcing Tia, he was like, he basically said just that like he cries every night. Like, he was crying and because all he wanted he wants his family. That's all and like you don't have that anymore. It's like,
I think
yeah,
he still wants his family back. I think she's moved on from what I see. Like that's
like you can still co-parent, but it's a difference between when you live in a house with your spouse and you guys are under one roof and you
and
guys
working. Y'all are working together towards common goals. All of that is like yeah. With
but
co-parenting,
just
y'all
in
come
two
together for
separate
the
homes.
co-parenting. Y'all come together for the kids, but then you got your life. They got their life. It's like it's a different feeling. Yeah.
And the comment section was brutal. Like a lot of people were like clowning him, and I'm like, I mean, he was with his wife like 20 years and they were married like 14. So like they were together pretty much like from their early 20s, I want to say. Like they were young when they got together. So it's
I didn't even
like,
know he was an actor. That's how long before yeah, like they were together before I knew what he did. I thought that was just Tia's husband. I said, oh, he acts too. Like that's how long they've been together. They were together
mhm.
before I even knew that he acted.
But a lot of people were clowning him, and I thought that that was just kind of like, and then some people was like, well, he's a narcissist. I'm like, I don't see. I think people just words that I think are overused. Narcissist, I think is overused.
Narcissist
Yeah,
is definitely probably the
I
no
think
most.
gaslighting is overused.
Narcissist is definitely the number one most overused word out there. A lot of
But
people
do you
just
even
like
know what a
you learned
narcissist
a new
is?
word and now you just throw it out there just because.
The gaslight narcissist, those are words phrases that are overused, and people really don't even, I think, even know what they truly mean.
Microaggressions, all of this stuff is over.
Micro and macroaggression.
Yeah, we didn't say this shit back in the day. Y'all just learn something new and shit. That's
And you just run with it.
yeah.
But I think honestly, as an outsider looking in, like I said, I've been with my husband for 15 years. We've been married almost 11. So I'm in a long-term committed relationship. I am. So I feel like I'm versed in speaking on the subject. I feel like I can. I think that in any relationship, especially the longer you are with somebody, you're obviously going to grow and change. That is a totally normal thing because you think about when you got with this person, you may have been 21, you may have been 25, you may have been 30, whatever. You fast forward 10, 12 years later, you
You're in your
shouldn't still be
40s,
the
you're a
same
different person.
person.
Yeah.
Like I said, 15 years ago, we were in our 20s when we started dating. We're in our 40s now. So it's like, okay,
With kids and
we're not
everything.
the same
Different
people we
life,
were
yeah.
when we started.
Mhm.
But our growth happened in different spurts. Like it's unrealistic to think that if you think about elevator growing up, both people are typically not going to grow exactly at the same thing at the same pace. You might have one person that's slightly then this, then this, then this, then this, then this. But you guys are both growing together. You're not exactly doing a straight like that. But if one person is here and then the other person comes here and then the one person just stays right like that, it's
And that's
like,
what kills a marriage is like that. If one person
yeah.
doesn't grow, yeah, at
So
all.
I mean, I don't know if that was what was the case with them, but it definitely seems like it was a disconnect in some way. And they just seemed like they seemed like they were opposite ends of the spectrum. I mean, obviously it seemed like there was a lot of love between the two of them, but they seemed on opposite ends, meaning that she's a goofball. Like she's a vivacious goofball, and he's very quiet, reserved, kind of, when she would be like, well, I'll watch like their videos when they were a couple, she'd be doing goofy stuff and he would just be standing there kind of like okay, like but I mean, she's goofy. That's her personality. So I don't know if he was just like, because people was like, it did come off that he was annoyed by her at times. It was like it felt like that.
Probably was, yeah.
Like I said, I don't know, but like but just the body language, he did seem a little bit like.
Okay,
But I
why?
know everybody, like opposites do typically attract, though. That's another thing. Like if somebody is loud and then somebody is quiet, they typically are.
Story of my life right there.
The thing that we always say jokingly is you have the person who is 15 minutes early is on time, and you have the person that I'm walking in right when the event starts, and they're usually married to each other. And that's me. It's like 15 minutes early, that's me. Marcus, we gonna get there. We gonna get there on time, and we walk in there right when it starts. And I'm just like, we're gonna be late. We're not gonna be late. Yes, we are. Look at the time. We're cutting so close. But that's the balance of it because sometimes you need the strict person who's a type A, but then you need like the person who is more free spirited. You need the person who isn't like everything isn't in a box. They balance each other out because sometimes you need structure, sometimes you don't need it. So
Well,
it's a good thing.
shout out Corey Hardrick, yeah, who's also has been featured on The Shy throughout the
Hmm.
years, yeah. So because he's Chicago cat, local cat, so
Yeah, Chicago
put it
dude.
on there. And we just had their season finale, like very explosive, yeah. I don't know if I should drop spoilers, even though it's out now, but yes,
I think I saw somebody post something, but I don't watch the show, so I
I don't know the
mean, the
characters, but
reference went over my head. Like, whenever.
dude died, honestly, but Mr. Otis Perry really he was like one of the major characters since season one. It was like a big story involving him. It's like
Oh,
yeah.
now I gotta go back because like I had started watching The Shy. I watched like 3 or 4 episodes of season one. I
Like some
watched like some
early on, some
early
very
episodes.
early
I
episodes,
watched some very early, but then like I don't know why I just moved away from it, but probably I started watching or doing something
other
else.
stuff, yeah,
Your attention span be, ooh, you be on one thing and then you yeah, okay, what's over here?
yeah. But
But I am gonna maybe if the show looking like possibly that they might get another season,
I
possibly,
think they
right?
are already been approved for season six. I want to say yes.
So maybe when the show concludes, I might just watch the whole
Not a
series.
binge it, yeah,
I might just binge it in like a week or 2 weeks, however long it takes me to binge it.
yeah.
Like I might just do that like in downtime and just go from there. Cause if I try to come in now, it's like I'm gonna be like, what's going like, okay. Well, I might start binging it now that it's over for like the season. Maybe I can get caught up
You
for
caught up
season
with the
six. Maybe
yeah. Well, I
I
think
might
you
do
like it. I'm definitely been into it since day one. It's like, yeah,
that.
and
Mhm.
I always see people on there that I know, like like Cherion. It's like you see people like, wait a minute, is that Cherion? It's always somebody random, you know.
Had the random creep moment of Jason Mitchell, and that was like a big story when I saw it. I heard about that. I was like, what the hell? Like, what is going on?
That
Like,
was major when that happened. It's like Ferris and B-Man were on the show before. It's like this.
I saw the stills that B-Man posted on his socials.
Yeah, I think
I saw the
B-Man's
stills.
part was like trimmed down because he didn't really do much. Yeah, I think he got because he looked like Ferris's bodyguard to me because you know B-Man's a big dude.
Yeah,
But
he's
wait,
slow. Yeah,
they must have cut his lines or something. But
I saw his stills on it. I was like, nice. But it is always cool seeing people that you know, like I
yeah,
said, because these shows are shot in Chicago, so like they have like the production
like
here.
my
And
guy Ricky Rampage, he'd be in like all of the Chicago stuff. It's like
nice,
kind of cool. Yeah.
nice.
I never appeared on the Shy like I did some of the other Chicago shows. Boom, in my acting days, like I did Chicago Fire, PD. I did the
Empire.
pilot. Yeah, I did Empire. I did Chicago Justice. I actually appeared in the pilot of that. They ended up not using me, but so, it's like so. I did my. I probably if I was still like pursuing it, I probably would have done some episodes of the Shy, but like I know
Mhm.
I would have because if other folks I know are doing it, I've done it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not just the Shies finale that went down this week, but we also had let's call it the ungreat debate. It went the ungreat debaters. That's what we call that. The Biden Trump.
I didn't even watch it because I was like, I don't have the brain
I
power to
chose.
watch
I can't watch 90 minutes of that. Yeah, I chose. There's no way. I looked at the highlights online. What a low
the
light.
lowlights.
I did
However
look
you
at that. Yeah,
want to word it.
and like really like as especially Biden, it's time. Like you
But
need
what's your takeaway from
is
the
Biden needs
highlights?
a forced retirement. Is like the Trump is Trump. He's going to always like be is what he
A
is. It's
wild
like,
card.
yeah.
He's a wild card all the time.
But Biden's literally looks like he really looks like an old man that's confused up there. Like he was like mumbling incoherently, like what Trump literally said after he's like, yeah, I have no idea what he just said. Like, and we didn't either, like watching it. So he said something else, like you had to rewind it back. Like I literally don't know what he just said. It's like I have no idea what he just said right there. It's like I was like, they really need to force it should be forced retirement at this point. He don't need
They
a
had the meme that said "old man yells at old man."
yeah.
Old man yells at clown. Old man yells at old. Cause what the hell, like?
Yeah.
And I saw the Statler and Waldorf comparison.
I saw that in the
Saw
2020
that.
election. I saw that one, the Statler and Waldorf. Yeah.
But they are, with all intents and purposes, they are octogenarians. Like Trump is 78, I think, and then Biden is like 82. So they're both close to being octogenarian. They're both around 80. So at this
Biden
point,
literally is breaking down before our own eyes. It's like he's like even since 2020, like really they were like this. That should be the first and last debate. Like I don't have another debate if I'm the Democrat. Like this, we don't have another one. It's not won't be a second. It's like because that was terrible. Like it's no like I'll cancel the rest of these debates. Like if it's any more, I would just get out of that shit. Like somehow, some
well,
way.
he just, you know what he should do? He should insert and have Jim Carrey cosplay too.
Yeah,
That's
there
what
you
he
go.
should do.
Yeah.
Jim
Jim
Carrey
Carrey
should
brings some
Jim
energy.
Carrey should cosplay.
Carrey
That's what
brings
he
some
should.
energy. Or what's the or Jason Sudeikis get one of them to like that. He
Cosplay.
was a pretty good Biden too.
Jim Carrey did a great Biden. He was great as Biden. I thought he did a really
One of
good
them
job.
SNL cats to do the shit. Yeah. But yeah, that shit was bad. Like from what I saw, I didn't watch the whole thing, but like from what I saw, I'm like,
And then were they talking about golf at some point? Like, what
yeah.
are we doing?
I think
Like,
how they got on that because I didn't know like how the fuck do we get on golf swings like this. I think they asked like Trump like how was he physically like about his physical fitness.
mhm.
That's one of the things. Yeah, like my golf swing is this and all that. And then he said he said something about like I bet Biden can't such and Biden says well my golf swing is that but I guarantee Biden ain't played golf in a decade. It's like it's I can't see him like on a golf course at this point.
You
Like
say,
he's
you know, they talking about golf swings. Y'all some old men. You guys are talking about my golf swing is superior to yours. No, my golf swing is superior to yours.
He said, like, yeah, we'll have a golf but we'll have a shoot what's about the on the driver. You
A
carry your
golf
own
ball.
bag. We'll carry your own bag. And so I'm like, what are we talking about at this point?
But my thing is, so the fact that they're having these conversations means that both of them need to be retired, and you guys need to just be playing golf and enjoying your retirement years. That's what they both should be doing. You guys should both, y'all should not be running for, and then the office that you're running for president of the United President. That's the most important job, president of the United States.
They saying behind closed doors, like the Democrats are plotting to like replace Biden. They just trying to find their next person. It's like after that, that's like the what the buzz is in the street because like they said they planning on like sitting him down. So okay, you're going to announce your retirement, and we're going to announce your replacement at the convention. That's what the word on the street is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like after that debate, they say okay, we're gonna force you to retire at this point. Yeah.
And then the thing I keep on seeing now, I'm like, the black job. What's a black job?
The black job thing, I did see that.
What's a black job? Like, what is that?
I did the Trump black job line. I did see that.
Somebody, you know how we black people, we can't take nothing serious. So somebody was like, what's a black job? The person in charge of beard whisk, the person you don't even start doing the mac and cheese maker. Like, what's a black people start doing that? You know how we are.
Definitely beard whistles.
Spades for people our age. Spades. Paste a big joker on your forehead. Spades.
Beard whistle.
Domino, motherfucker. You know, is that, you know, like what's a black job?
Shooting dice and shit.
Homie, line dancing, teaching people to be a line dance. That's me. I think about you. I could teach you guys that. But what is it? What is a black job? I was like, because where it came from is that he was saying basically that he's learning all these illegal immigrants, and they're taking the jobs, they're taking the black jobs and the brown jobs.
So, what he meant to say is like it's hurting black employment. He should have worded his shit differently. Yeah.
How about it's taking jobs, period. From if you want to go about it's taking jobs from Americans, period. Because a lot of Americans are struggling financially. It's not just a black or brown thing. It's like there's a lot of people that are fucked up out here. Like poverty goes across the board. Poverty affects everybody. It does. It does. But like I said, with that statement being so loaded, it's like every black person isn't struggling. On the flip side, too, every black person is not in poverty, doesn't,
you know, are, but not everybody. I get
doesn't know their father, doesn't have, you know, like those stereotypes. Like let's dispel those myths of that. So the better thing to say is like jobs are being taken away from Americans who have been here, and that would have been a better wording, I guess, if he wanted to go that route.
That shit was bad though.
But I'm like, this is a hot mess. This is.
So, like, hypothetically, let's say if Biden is forced to retire, like, who's his replacement? Yeah, you got options out there. What's the name? Kamala thinks it should automatically be her, but you got a convention coming up, so that's where you can nominate somebody during that's what the purpose of the convention is supposed to be.
Yeah,
your delegates like nominated, but typically like they nominate whoever the incumbent is, or like whoever like won like the primaries, like. But you can nominate anybody. I told that if you have a delegate vote, you can nominate anybody. So like, what would be the options there? Is like they're looking at Gavin Newsom, that's California's governor. I heard our governor come up in the talks, like JB's name was mentioned. It's like, yeah.
I think JB is going to try to go not this thing, but probably next.
I heard Andrew Yang, I heard is like they got like names that are like out there. One name that probably won't be who said she's not doing it is Michelle Obama.
Yeah, Michelle Obama said hell to the no.
That's another name that I've heard out there, but I don't see it. She
said hell to the no.
I don't think she wants that job.
She doesn't want it.
Yeah.
She
But I
doesn't
did
move.
see like her name was like out there floating. It'd probably be one of those like Gavin Newsom or one of them. It's probably be like if they are gonna
But
make
Beto
it.
was totally out of it.
I didn't hear his name. Yeah, it was
It was another guy that I liked. I can't think of his name, but he seemed very like he was he was an independent. Like I mean, I guess like he technically ran under Democrat,
it
but he was
wasn't
more.
RFK, was it? It wasn't. Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta look and see, but I was liking when I was watching his a TikTok of him because I was just watching objectively and like all his stuff. I was like, I agree on all of his policy, everything that he was saying in the video. I was like, this is what people need to do. They need to look at who aligns with what you want to do. Like you said, vote your interest. Like who has your interests?
But yeah, the names, like I said, yeah, Gavin Newsom, Kamala Harris, Andrew Yang, that was the big names. And that JB was
I
like
know a little bit about Andrew Yang. I know a little
he
bit about
ran,
him.
I think in the 2020, he
He
ran for
did. Because
Notre
I
Dame.
remember I did the thing, you know how they had like the online thing where like
Yeah.
it was like maybe 20 questions, yes or no questions that they ask, and then you just yes, no. And at the end it pulls up so and so aligned closest with your
Yeah.
like everybody just needs to they need to just create all those online things for whatever, whether you say you're
You answer
Democrat,
like
whatever.
what you care about, yeah, and then vote accordingly. Yeah.
And then that way, when it populates, like so and so is the candidate that aligns best with your interests, and that's who you should vote for.
Everybody has stuff they care about. So like
Mhm.
that's how you should vote, not just because like somebody
Funding
aligns
the
with the
schools is
party.
something I care about as a parent. Funding the schools. Don't cut programs from schools. Do not do it. Do not
I
cut
care about
resources from schools.
gun rights. Like yeah,
That's what I care about.
don't don't restrict gun rights. That's what I care about. Yeah.
Don't overly raise these damn property taxes. That's what I care
I
like.
care about cutting
Don't
taxes in general. Like, yeah, I don't want any like
raising these damn
as
property
former
taxes.
President Bush said, no new taxes. It's like, yeah, I think
Yeah,
like
I'm definitely on the
across the board. I think taxes should be cut. Yeah,
I'm definitely on the side of that. I'm also on the side of can we fix the healthcare thing?
yeah, it could be it could
Can we do
improve
some?
there,
Can
improve
we?
there.
Is universal healthcare? Is that a plausible thing? Is it plausible?
That's one they would have to seriously research, like with a country the size of America, like
Yeah,
would
is
that
it plausible? That is it even attainable? Is that even an attainable thing in
because most
America?
countries that have universal health care don't nearly the population of the
Don't
United States.
have was it 300 million Americans?
Yeah, you would have to really
Yeah.
really look into that. Like, does this make sense? You would have to.
Mhm.
It's like, and will I can and how much will our taxes go up if they do this shit? You would have to really like.
And then the other
Really,
thing, looking at like retirement for people, like is it a better option whether like because Social Security is no guarantee that's even going to be around when I retire for us. They've been saying for years Social Security is going to run out in 15, so it's
it's
going to run
been
out in
going
20
bank. They
years.
say it's been going bankrupt for years, like you said.
They've been saying that for years.
Yeah,
And as you know, we're getting older. So like in the next 20, 25 years, we'll be the ones that are retiring.
yeah.
People our age will. So 20, 25 years, that goes by fast. So I'm looking like, okay, if you're saying this is going to run out in 15 and I'm retiring in 20, then what's going to happen to me? You
Um,
know?
this migrant crisis, I want that fixed and shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
figure that out and shit. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like that shit needs to be fixed because it's gotten better, but for a while it's like
It was out of control. Yeah,
yeah,
it
it's
was.
like every night you go any neighborhood you were seeing like
Tents
yeah,
everywhere.
tent city like everywhere is it's gotten better like for a
And then
while.
like at every expressway overpass, it's like people walking, like, I take a lot of expressways and every busy
All
expressway walking up and
all the
down.
police stations had tents outside of
Yeah.
them at one point.
All of them.
The Pedway in downtown Chicago, they were like, yeah, hanging out in
Mhm.
there. It's like it was a while, it
Mhm.
was bad for yeah.
I think I saw some in the mall because like,
I think
malls are like malls are
mall.
dying. Oh, the other thing too, a thing that I care about too, the homeless population and these abandoned homes. Can we find a way to connect those? Because it's a lot of boarded up houses. Like it's a building like I pass on Jeffrey. If I take Jeffrey down, it's a building over there a tall building that has like, you know how they have like the things over the windows and it's just boarded up. And this is a large apartment building and it's just boarded up. It's like,
Yeah, you gotta fix that without raising taxes. Like, how would you gotta
like, how
figure
do we
that
do
part out.
that? Because you think about all these homeless people, but you have all these houses that are boarded up. So how can those two connect to one another? Well, just like we always we like the abandoned space. So like I said, thing I'm putting out, like the Jeff Bezos could write a check and fix this, and Elon Musk could write a check and fix this, and Mark Zuckerberg could write a check and fix this. And we say like you take a mall, an abandoned mall, and turn each store into like little like dorms or whatever for like the homeless. It could be a homeless shelter. And then the food court's right there. So like that could help alleviate some things and have like, and it's not just you're just, you know, being being an enabler. It's like in the process of like helping because a lot of people who are homeless isn't because they're drug addicts or whatever. A lot of it is that people have a string of bad luck that happen and then they need some resources to just help them out. Like, could they, you know, get in a certification program? Now it's like, okay, I'm a certified plumber now. So now I can actually go work and work for a company because I'm a plumber or I'm an electrician now or, you know, something like that.
Possibly the number one thing that need to be fixed is this bullshit. Yeah. How do we stop spending money like this? How does it stop the government from spending? Was it 34 trillion at this point? Like where we at?
Who do we owe? I'm like, who the hell do we owe?
Look at this. Look at this shit. It's like since we've been talking, it's probably like it's about to go up to another million right now. See, to 900. Say 2 million. See, like yeah. So just as we've been talking, it's like yeah, like it went up to a whole another million. You can't be spending $1 million like in minutes. It's like yeah, like
Largest budgets I see Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid.
it's not. It's like Mortimer Duke said. It's like yeah, this is not monopoly money. This is our money right here. It's like that's our money that they spending. It's like yeah.
Unfunded debt and interest.
Exactly. That's our money and shit. Yeah. So you got to figure out how to get that shit like that. Just how does these fucking overseas wars? I can't like just pull out of all of that shit. Yeah. Whether it's Israel, whether it's Ukraine, whether it's Taiwan, like I'll pull out of all of that shit. It's like
I think
let
it's,
them figure that shit out on their own over there.
and I'm a person who I feel like I have a humanitarian side because I do enjoy, you know, helping underprivileged people. But my thing that I always say to people before you can help someone else, you gotta help yourself first. Make sure you have a sturdy foundation yourself. Your foundation has to be sturdy before,
Yeah.
because how are you going to build like, you know, you have a shaky foundation. It's like putting like a deck of cards, putting like a house of cards up there, and it's going to collapse
It's
every
like to
time.
say,
It's
like
gonna,
when you start having technical difficulties on the plane, like you put your mask on first with the mask drops, then
Mhm.
you help somebody else. It's like whether it's kids,
Right.
like elderly, like you put
Elderly,
your
yeah.
mask on first though.
Hmm.
Like how you gonna help somebody else if you don't have proper oxygen?
Hmm.
Yeah, you lose consciousness and like how the kid going like, yeah, you all of you died in. Yeah, you can't
Hmm.
save the kid if you don't have your mask on. So
Exactly.
get shit right here first before you go overseas, like sending billions of dollars.
Well, that's just my only thing. I'm not saying don't help, but I mean, make sure that your foundation is good first before
Yeah,
you try to explore out there.
facts. Yeah.
But literally, this was the debate no one asked for. No
Mhm.
one asked
Yeah,
for
that
it.
sucked. Yeah, it sucked. What a train wreck. I guess we can get off of that.
Yes.
Let me
On to the next.
read this real quick. If anybody cares, like shout out Double XL's freshman class of 2024 has been released. Yeah. You
Okay.
see how many of these artists you know. Like I know
Oh,
some of them because I'm a DJ and I work in radio. Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna probably be Olaf. What? Let me see.
Right. You might not know any of these. Okay. Okay. Big X the plug.
No.
Okay. That Mexican OT, I don't know him. Okay. Or
No.
Lay Banks,
No.
Boss Man D'Lo,
No.
Rich Amiri.
No.
I don't know Rich Amiri. Skrilla,
No.
Honcho,
No.
War Bats.
No.
Maya the Don,
No.
Cash Cobain.
Nope. Oh no. No, I don't know him.
Okay, and Skilla
Okay.
Baby.
No.
Okay, so you don't know any of
I
them.
don't know any of these people. I'm sorry.
Me, like I knew all of them except that Mexican OT, I don't know. Richard Mary, I don't know, and Maya the Don, I don't know. Like the other ones, like I've played their music before, so like I was like, okay, yeah. So, but that's where we at. That's your freshman class 2024 for double XL.
I don't know any of these people.
Yeah,
So
that shows that yeah, that you've outgrown this hip
I've
hop thing.
outgrown it. I mean,
Outgrown.
I stay in my lane. When I'm in the car, typically by myself, I play Fly,
Serious
Serious Fly.
XM
I
Fly.
play Serious Fly. And then like depending on what songs they play, because sometimes it's songs that I can play with the kids. And then when I hear if I hear Bat That Ass Doom, boom, boom coming down, I change the station immediately because I'm not playing that for my kids. I'm not. And then if like the kids are in the car, then I also play the Groove, 50 the Groove. So those are the stations I play. I play the Groove, Fly, I'll play Silk, um, what's the other one? Heart and Soul.
Heart and
Like
Soul.
I
That's
play
what Babe likes. Heart and Soul. That's her.
I play those. So I mean, I'm of a certain age, so I'm not.
Not listening to Hip Hop Nation.
I
That's
mean, sometimes the kids like, "Mommy, can we listen to the Heat?" And sometimes I'll turn out play a
yeah, the
little
Heat
bit of
is
Heat
like
stuff for
Power
them.
92. I'll say the Heat is
Yeah, I'll play a little bit of Heat for the kids. Mommy, can we listen to the Heat? Fine, but I'm really not. And it's fine. Like I said, just stay in your lane. I'm not gonna be that person that these kids of today is like, because I don't ever want to be that person. I don't want to be the old person who
once upon a time, like we were that. It's like our
yeah.
parents didn't know who like BG and Juvenile and Lil Wayne. It's like they
Bling
didn't know
bling.
any of
Every
those.
time we come around your city, bling bling. Yeah,
Yeah, they
see.
didn't know any of those. It's like
Hmm.
corrupting dads. Like they didn't know these folks. It's like they were like what we were rocking
They're
those.
like, who are these people?
Those were our freshman class. Like if that was if Double XL was out back in the 90s, those would have been
There ain't
our
no Trick Daddy and Trina.
freak. They didn't know that shit. Yeah.
You know, Naho.
Freak nasty. They didn't know this. I put my hand up on your hip and I did. They didn't know this.
But it's fine that, you age out of certain aspects, and that's okay. Life is about change, life is about growth, and go into that next chapter in your life.
Facts. Yeah.
And
And let's
speaking of next chapters, da, 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 what
boom,
happened?
boom, boom, boom. We going there.
What happened? Yeah, what happened? Like I said, another reason why I always say jokingly, I'm such a basketball fan that the draft oftentimes happens on my birthday or a day before or a day after.
Yeah.
Like Derek
Around
Rose
this
was
time,
drafted
you
in
started
first.
seeing like on this day in 1984, like Michael
Yeah.
Jordan was drafted number 3 overall, changing the NBA
Hmm.
forever. It's like you see that.
Yeah.
Or on
It's
this
often
day.
end of June. It's
Yeah.
around this time. Like I said, it's actually like this year, the draft fell on my birthday this year. The Derrick Rose year, it fell on my birthday. So yeah, I was like, I have a pretty cool connection that basketball drafts happen right there for my birthday. So uh another like this draft was pretty weak because I didn't know any of the players. Like really, I didn't know
It's
anybody.
like it's fucked up, but yeah, the men's NCAA is fucked up now. It's fucked up that the women got more hyped than the men. Like we knew yeah, Caitlyn and Angel Reese and all that they were getting more attention than this fucking class. It's like
I like it though, because maybe now the WNBA is finally going to get some accolades now. So
yeah,
like
their
hopefully,
draft had more people that are more names are recognized than this draft. It's like it's wild as hell. Like when did that happen? It's like
Marcus was like when we were watching the number one pick, and Marcus was like another French guy. He was like,
that's
okay.
another thing. Yeah, like
French guy?
the international game is real now. Yeah, like
Yeah.
they've taken over.
Mm-hmm.
International has taken over.
Because I don't think Marcus watched much NCAA this year. I don't think he did because he was like, I really don't know any of these. He's like, I don't know any of these because I look to him. I always defer to him because he's the sports guy. So I'm like, you know him? I always turn. He knew a couple of people. He's like, oh, so and so they can ball out. Like he knew a couple of people, but most of them he was like, nah, I don't know who that is. Like, nah.
I can't even tell you who was the number one pick right now. That's how little I know. Let me get his name. So I don't know and shit off the top of my head. I have
I
no
was waiting to
idea.
see who the Bulls was going to pick with our 11. I was like, okay, who are the Bulls? I was like, what are we doing? I'm looking at you, Acme, like, what are we doing? I'm like, what's going on?
Well,
Acme, what are you
Me and Feast
doing?
got into a big thing last night about that. It's like
I saw.
so the Bulls are their mid is like, yeah, Philippe Feast has become the new Salik. It's like he's like he's just optimistic about whatever they do. I'm like, I don't like the way this team drafts. Like, I'm not saying they're the worst. It's like, but
Because I saw that because I just posted my question to you guys, and then I looked and I saw I had 20 missed text messages. So I was like, oh, you guys were in a whole debate about
I'm
this.
not doing this shit. Yeah.
Y'all went to a whole debate.
I'm not feeling it. I'm not. People act like I'm saying I hate it. I don't. I can't name one play I was ever excited about. This new guy is like probably the most I've been excited, and even that's like a stretch. It's like yeah, but I can't name one time I was like wow. I was like yes, this is it. Like it was
My,
back in the day, like other administrations, you had that. It's like yeah.
Mhm.
Like with GarPax, like even their first pick, Heinrich, okay, good solid
Heinrich,
pick.
yeah.
Next year you got Ding, Gordon. I was like, okay, yeah, now we got yeah, I was excited about that. It's like, yeah,
Mhm.
it's like '06, I was excited, even though it busted out. It's like they had LaMarcus Aldridge traded from Tyrus Thomas. Tyrus like seemed like he had some upside, like he busted out, yeah.
Yeah,
But
that happened.
Joakim Noah, I was excited
Yeah,
about.
Noah
Yeah,
was a good
'07,
one.
yeah. Rose, I was excited about.
Rose, of
'08.
course, yeah, all day.
Oh nine, you had Gibson and Johnson, like they were cool. Like I
Hmm.
wasn't like jump, but I was like cool, solid, yeah.
Hmm.
2011, Jimmy Butler is
Jimmy
like, yeah, so
Butler,
yeah.
great pick.
Then it went
Great
all
pick.
to hell after Jimmy Butler.
Marcus Teague.
Marcus Teague was
Then we
2012.
get to Marcus Teague territory.
Marcus 2013 was Tony Snell. 2014 was fucking Doug McDermott. Yes, after Jimmy Butler went to hell.
This is when I'm gonna start
2015,
doing.
2015, he turned out to have a solid career. Old Crazy Eyes was 15. It's like 2016 was Denzel Valentine. You see, like where we at now. In 17, you started getting some decent again. You had Laurie Marketing. Okay, I was
Story
like,
marketing, but then we dropped the ball on that.
yeah, that was a combination of bad coaching and like it
Yeah,
was a
we dropped the
combination.
ball.
Yeah,
Because now look at Laurie marketing. Now I'm like,
all star. Yeah,
he's an all star.
2018. I can admit I wasn't excited, but he turned out to be like something was Wendell Carter. He's
Yeah,
turned out
he's decent. He's
solid.
decent.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
then 2019, GarPax's last pick was Kobe White. I was excited about that.
Yeah,
He
because
turned
Kobe
out
was a good
right about
pick. That
oh,
turned out to be a good pick.
yeah.
And that's who
Oh,
they should build a team around
I
is
had
him.
some excitement about these other picks. It's like this time, like Patrick Williams, like Io, he's turned out to be solid though,
Yeah,
but that was a
Io.
second round. It's like I can't say I was excited when they drafted him. No, it's like yeah, but he turned out to be
I'm
solid.
biased because of Illinois, so that's why I'm going to be
He's,
biased for Io.
when they drafted him, you weren't excited.
I didn't know, but then when I found out he was Illinois, then I
Yeah.
went damn the other way, because I was like, oh, I didn't know anything about him. They're like, oh, he's an Illinois guy. I was like, okay, I like him now. I
And Dalen Terry after that, I'm like, it's like, yeah. Like, I still don't know what he is. Like, is
like his
he
energy. I think that he has good energy.
I still
I
don't
like his
know. I
energy,
still don't know
but
what he is though.
I want to see more of him. I would like to see more of him. I think he has good
If they
energy.
going into rebuild, then that's like you need to showcase guys like that.
Hmm.
Like if that's what the plan is, it's like
Hmm.
if Williams fits with the timeline, the Bulls did re-sign him what 5 years, 90, something like that. I think, yeah.
Yeah, 5 year 90. They did.
Something like that, yeah. So they did re-up with him, which I figured they would. I didn't know he was gonna get 5 years though, but yeah, I figured they'd re-up with him, yeah, because they
Hmm.
got nothing else.
And then DeRozan looks like he's out. So,
Yeah, I figured that too. Like if you're going into rebuild, like let him ring chase, yeah.
which they need to do. They need to rebuild because you just can't, like I've said this for the last couple of years, the Bulls team is at best a play-in.
And look
At
at what they've been. The
best.
best they've done in the Acme era was like a 6 seed. 6 seed. That's what they've done in this kind under this administration. The best they've done. 6 seed.
It's like,
I didn't even go back to the Krause administration. It's like, yeah, it was like they had some exciting. Obviously, Scottie Pippen, the most exciting one. Like, it was what, 87
Mhm.
draft. Yeah, Horace Grant was also one that, but they also had like bums like Brad Sellers. Stacey King happened during that time, but he turned out to be like on the announcing side. But as a
Yeah,
player, he wasn't much. It's like
yeah,
BJ Armstrong was that same draft that Stacey was in.
yeah. BJ was a good player.
Will Purdue, like another, he
But we
came
got Dennis Rodman for Will Purdue, so that actually ended up being a
another solid one. Like was 1990. They got Tony Kukoc. That was a great pick.
yeah. That was a great pick.
Great pick.
That was a great pick.
And then after him, he was like the Jimmy Butler of the Krause years. After that, it was a bunch of scrubs. Like in the same names, you probably don't even be like who, like Mark Randall. You don't know who that. Byron Houston, you have no idea who that is. Houston never even played a game for the Bulls, and Randall was cut. Like,
Yikes.
remember, was the first round pick that got cut like by the holidays. Like, that's how bad he was.
Yikes.
Bulls had cut him by like the Christmas.
So imagine going home. Mama, I play for the Bulls. No, you don't.
The Bulls had just won the
You
title
call out
too.
your
He
friends.
got cut. And then then you had Corey Blunt after that. Like, I'm
I
sure you
remember
probably
Corey
remember.
Blunt. I remember Corey Blunt.
And Dickie Simpkins came
I
after.
remember Dickie Simpkins.
Then yes, Dragon Tarlac, some overseas bum.
I remember that name, but I don't know anything about him. I do remember because
They drafted him during the championship. He was a drafting stash with they used to do. So he stayed over there, and then they brought him over like during the rebuild years, and he was fucking terrible. So y'all could have left his ass over.
I remember that name because, like I said, the name was so unique. That's the only
Yeah.
reason why I remember that name.
Yeah. It was Travis Knight. You probably don't remember. Is what who else? Oh, I forgot Jason Caffey was drafted
I
during
remember Jason Caffey. I
yeah.
remember him.
Him and all his baby mamas. He's one of them cats with that 7 baby mamas or something like that.
Reasons why NBA players go broke.
Well, what I remember of him is like they traded him for Scott Burrell. Was it him for Scott Burrell? I think it was him for Scott Burrell, who Jordan just roasted relentlessly during the last dance.
He was a whipping boy.
But Jordan just don't like this dude. It's like every time he did something, he roasted. A lot of people don't even remember Scott Burrell. I'm like, I remember it. I didn't know that he was
I
getting
remember
roasted.
him.
I didn't remember he was
I
getting
remember
roasted
Scott
like that because I
Burrell.
didn't see any of that to the last dance. I didn't know about that stuff. But I was like, oh,
Yeah,
Jordan just couldn't stand this motherfucker. And then we get to the rebuild year, so they had some good stuff during that. I skipped over some of the bombs like Keith Booth and shit. We're not going. And what's his name? Oh yeah, Corey Benjamin. I'm old. I'm wrong. He's the one that they drafted during the Nazi draft. I was mad. Nazi was still there on the board. It's like, and they took him. I was like, Nazi was right there. Take the hometown kid. Damn it, he was right there. You could have took him. And then you had Elton Brand and Ron Artest, good picks. Yeah,
those were good picks.
Yeah, and like the horrible 2000 draft. But Krause somehow even got a good pick out of it. First they had Marcus Fizer. He was terrible. Okay. And then but then they got Jamal Crawford in that draft too. So,
Yeah.
So you were able to get like even in one of the worst drafts of all time, you got one of the better players.
And low key, I think Jamal Crawford could still go on the court and still contribute if he went on anybody's team. I think he could still
Off
even
the
at
bench,
40.
yeah, limited minutes off the
Even
bench.
at 40, what's he like 40, 41 somewhere? Even at 40 plus.
40s, definitely, yeah.
I think he could still deliver. He could still go out there. He got the ill crossover. He does. He could still go out there.
Then we get to the teenage draft. Yeah, it was 01. Yeah, with
with
Eddie Curry, Tyson Chandler. They traded Brand for Tyson Chandler and drafted Eddie Curry.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last draft was like Jay Williams. Like, well, we know how his career ended.
Yeah,
that was Krause's last pick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So out of that, you had some exciting stuff. This current administration, I haven't seen anything like where just gonna maybe jump out of my seat yet. So
well, I'm hoping that the one that we have now plays with a chip because since he's a Chicago kid,
yeah,
it's different when you play for your hometown because it's like
Matthias Buzelis. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right yet.
It's like you get that chip on your shoulder. You know you want to play, and he is a person like I saw some of his stuff. He talks his shit. He's a trash. Like he talks his shit. So we definitely need that on the team. Like everybody can't be a nice guy.
Came from the G League, yeah, which I like because fuck the NCAA.
Yeah, and that's another thing. It's like
he took a guy that didn't go the college route. I like that about him too.
That's another thing. It's like, okay, people want to count you out because you're in the G League, but it's like I made it to the NBA now, and I'm from Chicago. And
I
I
hope to
talk my
see more
shit too.
cats like
So
well, the
yeah.
NCAA has gotten better now that they have the name, image, and likeness. They letting people make money, which is
Hmm.
like say how Angel Reese was making over $1 million in the W and
I
in
like it.
college. In
I
college,
like
I
it.
like how they were able to make money.
Give these
Before it's like
kids
when
their
they're
money.
college athletes, they're getting a free education, but y'all, why meanwhile y'all making billions off of the backs of these
Which
athletes.
is why whatchamacallit, like people, like I said, this is a perfect segue why even if you don't like him as a person, you gotta respect the hustle that LeBron always bet on himself.
Facts.
From the
Facts.
beginning, when they looked at this point, like he was like, I'm not going to Ohio State. Like, oh, all of a sudden now we play our basketball games over here now, a high
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, they were getting
Why?
national
Why do we
coverage.
have national coverage?
Yeah. Y'all broadcasting high school games on ESPN. Where they do that
High
at?
school.
Yeah, where they do that at?
And then when he was at the games, he would see people, his face would be on t-shirts. Like, oh, my
I
face
need
is on
that.
a t-shirt. Oh,
I need some of that. Yeah.
okay. And you think about it, LeBron, poor kid from the projects in Akron, came from a single teenage mom,
Mm-hmm.
didn't know his father.
Yep. And became
But
one of the greatest of all time. Some,
you
depending on your age, will say he is the
you
greatest. I
can't
say he's
dispute
one of the
he's
greatest. Yeah.
one of. He is.
Yeah.
He's definitely one of.
Top five easily, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
he's one of. Yeah, but you got to look at all that. So that brings us to the 55th pick of the draft of
Yeah. I never
2024.
even read like this fucking top of this draft. Like I can't pronounce
Oh,
his Zachary Risker. I don't know. Yeah, he's a French guy. It's like about Atlanta
French
too.
guy's another French guy.
Two French guys went at the top of this draft.
Mhm.
Then Reed Shepard. I didn't watch any college, so I don't know him from Kentucky. Yeah, it's like it's a bunch of names I can't pronounce, and then other players that the ones I can't pronounce, I don't know who the hell they are. The Bulls with their 11th pick took forward. Yeah, Matas Buzelis, I think is Buzelis. I think
Mhm.
I'm pronouncing that right. So
Mhm.
I got some interest in him. I'm like,
Mhm.
that's like
Yeah.
that's one I got. So this might be the most excited I've been about
Mhm.
about say guard packs, about an Acme like
Acme.
pick. Might be the most I've been excited. But let's fast forward to the second round. Yeah.
The
You know,
55th pick.
55th pick overall by the LA Lakers. Yeah. They
Select.
Bronny James out of USC.
And the crowd goes wild, but
Facts.
not in the way that you think.
Facts.
A lot of debates happen online. So this might be a debate episode. A lot of debates happen online because people start
We're gonna call this
automatically
we're gonna call it the ungreat debates. That's what
on great debate.
we'll
A
do that.
lot of people were saying that he's only in the NBA because of his father.
Duh.
Water is also wet and the
And which
sky is also blue.
which I fired back is like so like the Antetokounmpo brothers are good. Like why you think they're in Milwaukee? Like yeah, because they're NBA quality or because their brother is one of the best players in the
Their
world
brother
right
is one of the best players right now in the league.
now. Yeah.
What do you think?
Come on, knock it off. It's like, yeah, like fucking nepotism happens. It's like, and look who
Like
drafted him. I said the Lakers. It's like, yeah,
that's where I was like
nepotism city is like, yeah, like Jeannie
Jeannie
Buss.
Buss.
You think she's qualified to be in it to run that team? Do you really think Jeannie Buss is qualified to run
How
that
did
team?
Jeannie Buss get the Lakers again?
Exactly, yeah.
How
Dr.
did she acquire the team?
Pops, yeah, yeah,
Did she have to go and interview for this position? Did she have to prove her worth? Because
exactly.
some people work their way up into stuff. Like a person who worked his way up that's been with the organization forever is Spoelstra. Like he started off as something
Miami,
else
yeah,
and then he worked his way to a coach.
yeah,
He's been with Miami forever.
yeah.
Even before he was a coach. I forgot what role he
I
was
want to say he was a
before,
scout or something. I know he's a scout. I want to
but
say,
he worked his way up. Like he's been with the Heat forever.
yeah. And is the second longest tenured coach in the NBA, right behind Pops. Yeah, he's
I
the
would have Popovich, yeah.
second longest tenured. Yeah.
But it's like the phrase, and I hate to go here, but the phrase about nepotism, because a lot of people, I mean, I saw some white people saying, but it was a lot of black people that were like,
I just don't like
that would
LeBron. That's all
scream
that.
and hate about nepotism. But I'm like, in today's society, how many jobs when you go and you look, at, I said, I'll use my personal thing. Like I'm a state worker. I see a lot of people who are second generation state workers because their parents work for the state.
Yeah.
You'll see firemen, teachers, post office workers, a lot of them.
Radio jocks. I won't
A
name
lot of
names, but I know some second generation guys. Yeah.
it's a lot of it happens in society. And my thing is, I feel is that using a name to get in a door, nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, you still gotta stay in. It's on you for you to stay in. The name may have gotten you in the door, but you have to work to keep yourself in the room. It's going to be on you. That name can only get you so far, but you have to work to make sure that you stay.
And I hate that stupid meme that everybody has been posting now about Bronny and his USC teammate who had way better stats than him. Is like,
yeah, the young man who had the six. Like I don't like that they keep on comparing. Showing him
like he went undrafted and like Bronny was like a lottery pick or like he was even a first round pick. And I was like, if you mad at the Lakers, like why aren't you mad at the other 29 teams?
And that's
everybody passed on this kid.
That's my thing that I went back to. I was like,
passed on him twice because he's
that's what I was going to say. Like, not only did he get passed on once, all teams passed on him 2 times.
Yes.
He got passed on twice.
If he really was that great, why didn't any of them take him? They looked at him twice and said, I want somebody else. Every team.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
So the Lakers got to be forced to draft. So the Lakers can't do this. Obviously, it was a fade. They can't do a favor for one of the greatest players of all time. It's something he's wanted to do for years now. Like, I want to play with my son.
He's always said that. I want to play with my son.
You can't do him a solid and shit.
I want to play with my son. He's always said that.
You have to take quote unquote the best player available, which always doesn't turn out that way. Like, especially in the second round, most of these guys bust. It's like vast majority of them bust.
What do we see in the second round? A lot of like I said, obviously Joker is the exception. Draymond Green is the exception.
Joker's the GOAT second round player. But
but we see. This is what we usually see. A player that goes, and then by year 3 or 4, they are out of the league. Yeah. They are out of the league within 4 years. Right. They're out.
Hell,
like Marcus Teague was out of the league.
Yeah, I'm about to say even late first rounders, that happens. Like Teague was a first round. He had 3 seasons, he was out of there.
Yeah, he was out of the league in less than 4 years.
He didn't even make it to the sports season. And rookie contracts are 4 years. It's like 2 guaranteed. The last 2 are unguaranteed. So it means after year 3, they they just got released. We're not gonna pick up your 4th year option. That's how bad he was. That's how bad he was.
And that's why I say within 3 to 4 years, most of these second rounders are out of the league.
I think the Bulls traded him for nothing. I want to say when they traded him away, they traded him for a guy that never played for the Bulls. They traded him just to get rid of him. And then I think the Nets picked and they didn't even pick up his option for his 4th year. They said, we good on Marcus Teague. They looked at him for half a season, whatever, and just didn't pick up his 4th year option.
That's what happens. And people were really mad about that. And like we said, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Like in any aspect, in any walk of life, like when you watch these award shows and you felt like, your fave should have won the Oscar or won.
Especially the Oscars, like the movies we like hardly ever win. It's like, it hardly ever happens. It's like
Angela Bassett, she should have won an Oscar for What's Love Got to Do with It. She should have won an Oscar.
Yeah.
I stand on that hill. She should have won an Oscar for that.
Well, she finally did get one because they gave her the
honorary one.
Yeah, she got it. I think this past Oscar.
This past year, yeah.
Finally got
Which McCall should have got one too for it. Lawrence Fishburne should have got an Oscar for that movie too. They both should have got Oscars for how they portrayed both of them was very.
Denzel it was very should have way more than he got.
Yeah, Denzel should definitely have more.
He should have got one for. The Hurricane, he should have got one for. Like Denzel should definitely have way more Oscars than he got. He got the 2, with Glory and Training Day, but he should have way more than that. It's Flight, he should have got
Flight, he should have got Oscar for Flight. Yeah,
he should have at least 3 more Oscars in my opinion. Yeah. Except Malcolm X, Hurricane, and Flight. He should have won for each of those.
He should be standing him and his wife should be standing to hold up all his Oscars. It should be that for Denzel.
He should have at least more,
5.
Way more.
He should have 5. He should
5 off the top of my. It's probably other movies I'm forgetting, but those 3 off the top of my head. Like I
Mhm.
was like, he should have. Although I was like, really, like Denzel lost.
And
Like
then
all of
Jillian
those,
Jr.
like, yeah, all of those, like, yeah, how you not win? It's like all three of those years when I watched the Oscars, I was like, Denzel didn't win, really.
But sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. And like I said, if you want to split hairs, there's always going to be somebody that you think is like definitively winning situations. It's not very often where you see definitively where they're like, okay, everybody 100% agrees, like, okay, that's a unanimous
You know,
number one. That's
Kendrick Lamar lost the Grammy to fucking Macklemore and shit. Think about that. Macklemore is not even around anymore. It's like Kendrick is like probably the number one rapper in the world right now and shit. Especially after this fucking Drake
his
battle.
left stroke just went
Oh,
viral.
yeah. How did he not win? It's like, yeah.
But
Remember
that's
that
the
was
way
a
the
huge
cookie
controversy
crumbles.
when Macklemore won the
It
rap album of the
happens.
year and shit over
So
Kendrick Lamar and shit.
being upset that, and it's not that the thing that I want to like drive home is that it's not the thing about that Bronny, it's not like he never dribbled a ball in his life and then he just dribbled just enough to just get picked now. It's like, no, he's been consistently playing basketball.
Yeah.
So it's not like he just,
Grew up around it. Like, look who his father is. He grew up
like
with
some
it.
people you can tell, like, okay, like even if when these businesses are passed, people say, well, it's not the same thing if somebody gets you a job in a business. LeBron literally plays basketball. That is his job. So
Yeah. And he got him a
how is it
job
not
with
the same?
with his company. The Lakers are his
How is
company.
it not the same?
It's exactly the same thing.
Well, he's taking spots away from other people. Did he really take away spots from other people?
I said 55th overall. It's only well, it was even less this draft because like Cats lost picks for like tampering and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the draft is like 60 picks. It's like
It's
they
usually
took in
60 picks
55.
here.
Yeah. It was only 58 in this particular
Mm-hmm.
draft because Cats forfeited picks because of that. It's like, yeah. So so that happened. Yeah. So yeah, so you really yeah, so really those 55 over 58 is like you really taking away a spot from somebody.
Like, did he really take it? Well, this and this and that. And then my response that I say to people, if you still want to keep on debating me on this, I'm like, okay, well, going forward, since we all have, it's not right, since we all want to get our integrity and our high moral, soapbox. Let's just do this. Okay. So if you have a friend who owns a business or a family member who owns a business, pay full price for the services that they render. Do not ask for a hookup. Do not ask for a discount. Do not ask for anything like that because at the end of the day, your friends and family need the money more than these multimillionaires. So while we over here arguing about multimillionaires or billionaire in LeBron's case, he's a billionaire. You arguing about that, give your friend, like you said, your friend has a barbecue shop, that barbecue restaurant, go in there and buy a thing and don't try to be like, let me get a free plate. Cause don't do that
Every
then.
time I've ever gone to Sam Silk's restaurant, I paid full price.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got my order in there. Yeah, I didn't ask like for the owner's discount. I was yeah, I
Brand
got my food
discount.
and paid for it. It's like yeah,
Get your food and go.
yeah.
If somebody does nails, does hair, is a
Fixes
designer,
cars. Yeah. So
fixes cars,
yeah,
pay them people, pay your family member and your friend full price since you have the high and you have the high integrity morality.
by DJs. Yeah,
Thank you.
folks always want the discount. Yeah.
Pay them people full price. That's what I have to
Bad at,
say about
bad
that.
at this at because the Lakers like did a favor for like one of
That's
them.
what I have to say about that. Pay your people full price then.
I see if they used a lottery pick, then you like I give you
Yeah, okay. They use a lottery pit. That would have been dumb.
yeah.
But
The Lakers had like it's like what the Bulls had like a top 10 pick. Well, it wasn't 11. Yeah, like somebody picked
11,
that
yeah, it's
high
close. It's still
and you took
closer.
Bronny there and shit. Is like I give
Okay,
you
that's
like
a
be outraged over that. Like I'm fine.
yeah.
But like a
A
late second
late
round pick,
second
yeah.
round pick.
That's probably gonna be a bust. The guy who would have took is probably gonna be a scrub anyway. It's like
Mhm.
it's like if you're gonna take a scrub, at least like take one that's going you doing a favor for like one of the best players of all time. Like you
And
just
then the tickets, already, I'm sure as soon as those tickets go on sale, they're going to be sold out and they're going to be on Vivid or whatever, and they're going to be triple what they paid. People are going to be,
and
it's going to be a hot ticket.
of course the
Like,
internet stays undefeated. His joke went over a lot of people's head. It was like It's like breaking news, like LeBron James is like sleeping with the mother of one of his teammates. It's
Yeah,
like, and
LeBron James
go back to
reported.
the Delonte West thing from it was like a playoff of that from back in the day.
Yeah. Because as soon as I saw that, I was like,
some people were really like mad. It's like, man, like, yeah, how, yeah, like I thought Brown was one of the good ones, like, you know,
LeBron
I was like,
shady.
think, and then like people in the smart people in the comments, like, yeah, like, don't tell them, like, yeah, let them figure it out. Like people, like, don't tell, let them figure
Savannah
it out.
got it on the fun. Savannah reposted, and you know, she put like that emoji, the whoop. She put that.
As soon as I saw it, I got the joke.
On
So
the
yeah,
fun.
LeBron James sleeping with the mother of one of his teams.
This is what I put when people. This is my comment I put. I put the GIF of like the stick figure, and it says joke, and then the joke is going over the head of the stick figure. That's what I put. I was like, a lot of people right now in the comment, the joke totally went over your head.
People were like really mad. It's like, yeah, Brown was one of the good ones. Yeah,
he's super trifling for that.
He's stepping out now.
His whole wife is
to think about it. What just happened? What just happened? Like his son just got drafted to the Lakers. So now his son is his teammate. So of course he's sleeping with his teammate's mother.
Of course he's sleeping with the wife. He better be sleeping with his wife. Of course.
But that joke went over so many people's heads.
But I'm here for it. I like it. I like seeing Black nepotism. I like seeing Black people building.
And I like and it's history.
We've
never seen a father-son do in the NBA.
In the NBA.
We saw like in baseball with Ken Griffey Sr. Jr. Yeah, but NBA, we've never seen that. Yeah.
And we know the thing about LeBron. LeBron is about breaking stats. So LeBron, he already has number one on like most of the stats. He's not going to get the assist one because John Stockton was a beast. He's not going to get the assist one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And some stuff he never got defensive player of the year. I know he wanted it. I think he's too old to get that now because as you age, like your defensive skills, like those go first. It's like, yeah. It's like your shot might lie. Yeah. You can still score, but like you're not D'ing nobody up at like 40.
You can't dunk either no more when you get over.
Playing that Matador defense, but
Olay, yeah, he Olay all day.
Past a certain age, so like that's one thing he wanted. Like he never got defensive player of the year, and he never even entered the dunk contest. He didn't want to go there because at some point it didn't make sense. It's like he would have to get in that like way early in his career. Mm-hmm. When you by the time he was with Miami, he wasn't getting in that because then you risk everything. It's like like imagine LeBron lost like Zach LaVine in the dunk contest
or Aaron Gordon.
He looks stupid. You look stupid. It's like you're losing like cats. You way better. It's like,
and then another one that he's never going to get the 3-point because Mr. Stephen Curry, you're not going. No,
yeah, that's not even That's not even on the table.
Not even an option. No one's going to beat that.
Not even on the table. Yeah.
I'm going out. I think that's a record that's going to stand for a while. No one's going to think it's going to catch that for a while. Yeah. Might be like 30, 35 years for someone to catch that. Yeah. But yeah.
On that note, let's wrap it up. We over time. Yeah, definitely appreciate you supporting Not Another Damn Podcast, episode 368, the Ungreat Debates. You want to support us further, you know what to do. Give us a like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review all your platforms. I'm talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, YouTube, your Amazon Alexa devices as well. You can also follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, TikTok, and X, Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well.
And you can check me out at MSIMAH626 on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Also SCR8GULLEY1 on X, SCR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page and check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs.
Hey, I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.